W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of Let's Talk About Hard Things by Anna Sale. Narrated by Anna Sale.
For Arthur. The values required for social repair are the same values required for personal repair. Sarah Schulman. I remind myself all the time now that if I were to have been born mute or had maintained an oath of silence my whole life long for safety, I would still have suffered, and I would still die. It is very good for establishing perspective. Audre Lorde. Openness creates openness. Anne Simpson. Introduction. When I was 30 years old, words failed me. I couldn't stop my marriage from unraveling, despite going to couples counseling and church, despite buying new relationship books and rereading passages I'd underlined in old ones. We'd been together since I was in college and had learned how to be adults together. We were best friends who loved each other. And then we were two people who couldn't be in the same room together. At first, the breakdown happened by such small degrees we didn't notice. Or rather, we noticed but didn't know what we were noticing. Each argument felt specific and isolated, but one by one, they built up a lingering resentment that tore at our friendship. We tried to talk about it. We analyzed each individual argument and did our best to smooth over hurt feelings. I spent months trying to say everything I could think of that would recommit me to our marriage, re-endear me to him, and keep my life in line with what I thought it ought to look like. That didn't work, because all the while, the underlying conflict went unsaid. Quite simply, we didn't want the same thing anymore. Ours was a boring divorce. There were no real scandals. We had no children, no pets. My ex-husband and I mutually agreed to end the marriage. But it was still devastating and confusing. I couldn't explain what had happened, either to myself or anyone else. It would take years for me to make any sense of it. This was new for me. I grew up with a certain faith that I could find the right words to navigate whatever life threw at me. I had two older sisters in college by the time I was in 4th grade, and they were always offering the long view on my pressing questions as I grew up, about friendships, drugs, sex, music. I just had to ask the right questions, and I could harvest their wisdom. I also kept notebooks scrawled with quotes from poetry, music lyrics, speech.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?